afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Nifty Bank Nifty live analysis. Now, we saw a good move happening in the morning in Nifty, and then there was a sharp sell off which took place. Now, after the correction, we can see that from yesterday's zone, there is good amount of support which has happened around this 18,150 area. And there is again a pullback taking place on the upside. Now, the main idea over here is to understand whether a new high will be made or not. But one thing is for sure, this entire zone where the selling has come in the morning, plus we can clearly see the selling which happened with a big red candle will act like strong resistance. So 18,240 to 280 kind of area will act like a strong resistance at the top. So we can look for selling once it makes a new high over here. It can give us a good fall on the downside. So what are we trying to expect over here after the good trend line formation taking place? We would like it to go higher, making a new high. And then once it makes a new high, we can look for the breakdown happening in Nifty. So because of this entire zone of resistance which is there, that's why we are trying to say a good downside can come in Nifty for the expiry move. Now, we need to also bring in the dynamic OI data and to understand whether the important zone is also there or not. So if I try to bring in the data, so up till now, one thing is very clear. Market is somewhere around 18,250 area. And if I bring in the OI data, it surely suggests me that there is a strong resistance at 18,300 and as well as 250. So one thing is very much clear. That's why I was more confident on the upside. But now with the OI data also telling me that, okay, fine, there is a strong resistance at the higher end, which is 18,300 or so, around 250 to 300 area. And this is why I am more interested to look for selling opportunity from the top. So let it go on the higher side and we try to look for reversal from this 18,250 to 300 where it makes a new high. So let it make a new high. That is more important. Try to zoom on the higher end, and then once the trend line gets broken, we try to take the sell trade on Nifty. So today we are very much confident for the expiry trade. A strong reversal can happen towards the last 2 hours or so. We can easily get 150 points on the downside. So now let's go out and see if Bank Nifty will also be weak. And if Bank Nifty is also weak, then it also helps us to basically understand, okay, fine, Nifty along with Bank Nifty can push Nifty down. Now we see there is a different shift in Bank Nifty. If you actually see, yesterday it could not make higher, and yesterday's zone was 38,800, which we had said in our commentary, and it falls down over there multiple time testing. Now today morning, also the selling comes in. Well, it is taking some bit of reversal from the downside, but one thing is very much certain over here as well. In Bank Nifty, 38,700, which is like today's high, and 38,800 kind of zone. All this zone will act like strong resistance. So one thing is clear, Bank Nifty making new highs are very, very difficult. So it might inch on the higher side as the Nifty is also progressing. And then from here, we can also see a sharp downside in Bank Nifty as well. Now, obviously, we need to see the dynamic OI part. If dynamic OI is also there at the higher end, that can add much more weightage for our understanding. So if I bring in the dynamic OI part to understand if there is a huge OI built up, right now market is at 38,600, 500 to 600. We can see there is a good OI which is there, but at 7 and 800 also decent amount, 75,000, 80,000, 95,000 kind of OI is there at the upper end. So one thing is very clear, 600, 700, 800 can act like strong resistance at the higher end. 500 is acting like right now strong support at the bottom. So downside is kind of made for Bank Nifty. That's why a strong reversal has been seen. But at the upper end also 35,000 quantities have been added. So we can see 38,800 as a strong zone along with 700. So this zone which we were talking about will act like strong resistance. There is a sharp OI built up which has also happened right from the morning, and that's why we can see selling points happening over here, and he's trying to inch into the upper zone where we can look for selling pressure as well. Now, even if we do not look for Bank Nifty sell, but try to understand if Bank Nifty also goes up over here in the higher zone, and then it does a reversal, even a small reversal, it will bring Nifty down. So our agenda of catching Nifty would become way more certain, because if it inches into the red zone and then we also get a trend breakdown in Nifty, we can be sure that yes, Nifty will go down, because Bank Nifty will also slide, and it can give us a good trade towards the end of the session, or basically the hero zero call for today's expiry. So I would like to go for the put option. Once the Bank Nifty goes into the higher zone, let's say 38,700 kind of area, then you can basically go and buy the put option of 38,700. Or in case of Nifty, if it inches into the higher zone, somewhere around 18,300 or 280 to 300, I would try to basically buy at the money put option for Nifty as well, and that will become our hero zero call for today's expiry. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a great expiry. Till then, goodbye.